Hey guys, just getting ready to start the stream. Appreciate you all being here. Or not. Somebody popped on, popped off. I'd like to welcome everybody to the stream. Just a few more moments and we'll get into the PTS. Open my soft drink. Today's been a day. Got my second shot of my Moderna and had all kinds of crazy symptoms afterwards. Master Flasher! How do you do? How do you do? Thanks for being here. Zed, is my audio coming across okay? Or Master Flasher, if you hear that too, I'll make sure that everybody else can hear me as I talk. You guys got me a little worried now. Okay, just making sure. Just double checking. Everybody's kind of creeping into the stream. This stream is going to cover the playtest server, public test server, private test server, whatever you guys want to call it. All the new stuff that's coming out from Bethesda in the next patch. We're going to try to hit up as much stuff as we can. I encourage Xbox, PlayStation players to view this content. For a lot of those, they have no other way to see it live as they cannot download it to their platforms. So if you just get into the chat, say hello. I'd love to know who's there. And like I was saying before, I had a bunch of crazy symptoms from the second round of the Moderna shot for COVID. I got that earlier today, and some wacky stuff was going on. And I guess as wacky as it can be. Just a couple more moments, we'll go ahead and get logged into the game. Again, we are going to be broadcasting the private test server, public test server today. And if you're not wanting to see spoilers, I encourage anyone who's jumped into the stream to discontinue watching it. Not that I'd ever encourage anybody to discontinue watching me, but there are going to be some spoiler content in here, and I'd hate to ruin it for anybody. That goes for you replay viewers. My hands are I'm like sweating. You guys are making me nervous. All right. This is going to be the new content for Fallout 76 with the latest public test server update. It's got a number of new updates, including the latest season in it, as well as perk loadouts and I'm not sure what they call the camp thing yet, but you can have multiple camps. There's an exact term for that, but I don't have that right at my fingertips. And then they've got another daily ops, which is kind of cool too. So, and if you guys did not catch it, I released a video earlier on the new daily ops, kind of a walkthrough through that. It's from a high level view, and it's It's about 3 minutes long, but you kind of get the gist of it. It's kind of cool. It's very difficult. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and I know more people are going to trickle in as we go along. The whole point of this is, again, to reach out to the PC players as well as Xbox and PlayStation. Players, because they don't have access to the public test server. Click. So we're going to do our best with the loadouts. Don't, you know, that's, when I jumped in there a little earlier and looked at it, you know, I have the way I've set up my character, even though it's not a design character or one that you can really say, well, this is going to be, you know, a tank, or, you know, this is, you know, support. You know, it's just whatever's gotten me by up until this point. But I have a feeling I'm going to be specking out more streamlined character to do kind of what I want to do. So the first thing we see when we pop in is special loadouts. I wonder why I didn't see this earlier. Kind of neat. Just going to hit the old record button here. Trauma Team Unit 274.
On the road of life.
I don't believe I've seen you before, man. Welcome to the stream. Access special. What else? Doing with the punch card system. Okay, so there's really nothing to that. Enter to continue. Alright, so when I came on a little earlier, I made it as far as actually putting in the punch card system into my camp. And what that punch card system will do is allow you to change your special around. We're not going to look at it just right yet. I just want to cover how that basically works. I mean, it looks pretty cool, but they're also located all throughout Appalachia. You can find them at virtually every train station based upon what they said from the dev dive, and you can also find them in other players' camps. So you're not just limited to your own camp changing that stuff up. So again, we're just going to look at it real high level. We're not going to dig real deep into it just yet. And this is my current setup here. And why I didn't keep my stuff in endurance, I don't know. It's almost like they reloaded it back on or something. But I did have different perks loaded up less than 2 hours ago. But it seems like it's lost. Let me look at that real quick. Yeah, they're not there. Night, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for coming. So you can manipulate these perks. You can edit an active perk. Let's see, edit special. So let's look at edit special. You know, we're not going to have to like trade our special points over to move a point around, which is going to be great. We don't have to deal with that anymore, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm sure you guys are too. And you know, we can move, you know, these perks around, you know, wherever we want to. So I'm just going to move this all into, just hypothetically into endurance, and it's as easy as accepting that. And now looking at that, see that my strength is now a 10 and my endurance is now a 9, which is great. That's exactly what I was shooting for. Huh. Well, I hope I don't disappoint you, Night Hunter. I've actually recruited Zed to help me out whenever we potentially do the daily ops. Zed, are you going to be able to do that with me? Oh yeah, it's infinitely better. Trauma. I mean, it's just changing this stuff around was so encumbersome before. Moving these special points around, and then even moving some of your perk cards around. Going back to looking at the perk card system, which is, you know, kind of neat. Again, just looking at these cards and what your current loadout is. Obviously, there's nothing in this one. You know, I can crank it all the way up to, you know, 15 on that. And of course, I've been wanting to play around with some rifles, so I mean, it's as easy as doing that. And again, I didn't have to sacrifice any of my points up until that point, or up until, you know, now to change all that stuff. So I mean, actually kind of hanging on to it because I knew this stuff was coming. So I haven't like even put stuff into legendary perks yet because I thought they were going to do some modifications to legendary perks, but apparently not. The way to describe that in the dev dive, and I may reference that several times, is that they see that as really some in-game type stuff, and so this little perk system here, they'll allow you to modify your special and modify your perks, is completely separate from the actual legendary perks. So what you invest in your legendary perks will stay that way, at least for right now, as far as I know. So, and again, forgive me, I took a shot today. I'm a little spacey, but I'll do my best. So just to finish, you know, jacking this character up here. So, of course, this is completely unrealistic. Put some more in agility there, and then I can just accept it. So now I've got my special already built up on this guy. So now all I need to do is enter my perks on this guy. So, you know, without bogging a bunch of stuff down here, I'll just throw a bunch of stuff in here. And I'm periodically checking the chat. Forgive me if you type a question or make a suggestion and I don't see it right away. I've always been incredibly slow doing this. So I'm just going to kind of bounce around. So rifleman. Another rifleman. Yeah, that makes me happy right there. So, I'm Wanderer. Not too terribly fond of that, but again, I'm just throwing stuff out there. And there's several websites that are out there right now that you can actually get, you know, some pre-made perks or pre-made characters, so you can kind of go through this a little quicker than what I am. Again, I'm kind of dragging my feet because I'm just throwing stuff out there. Branch Core, thanks a lot, Branch. I appreciate that. Appreciate that entirely. You know, there is an exact date. I don't have that, I'm afraid, Trauma. It's going to be in April. I want to say April 14th, but that's probably not going to be the date. That was actually the release date for Wastelanders, but I know it's in mid-April. And it's going to be the same for the new season as well. And we'll look at that in just a second. I don't want to spend too much time on one thing because I know you guys might be limited on time, and I don't want to drag it out. But April 27th, Night Hunter, thank you there, buddy. And I'm just going to throw a bunch of things out here. Oh, finally get through all this here. Action Boy and Adrenaline and, you know, Expert Gorilla Enforcer. Bloody Mess. Can't go without Class Freak. And let's see, anything else? I'm going on Army. 3 more. Nope. Serendipity. So I guess if I hit tab, it automatically saves it. It does. And I can also rename it too, it looks like. So this loadout here is the Junkie. Just junk, not junk. And of course this is my normal one. I can rename this one too. So this is my normal one. And what's funny is I just heard, I mean, as soon as I clicked it, it automatically switched over all those perks and special points. know if you guys can hear that or not. So it seems to be pretty quick. I like it. Enter to set active and then exit. So yeah, that's the cool thing. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my original loadout here. Actually, I was already at my original loadout. Let me edit my special because I need to put all this stuff back in. Agility. There we go. That makes me happier.
Make sure to pay your respects whenever you come across a fallen brother.
Next, we'll take a look real quick at Heavy Gunner and then Master Heavy Gunner. Oh, I moved it all from there. Okay. If you've gone, when did you leave, Bond? Because it's they've made so many improvements to the game. It's and again, it's a matter of opinion. I definitely favor Fallout for a number of reasons. I've made a lot of great friends here, but it's also, I think it's a pretty cool game. And the quality of life that they've done with the game over the past 6 months, a year, really has improved the user experience. And I think that they are really digging to make this a better game. So there's other games that were released around this time with this, around the same time that Fallout 76 was released. And they don't have the longevity. In fact, a lot of them have gone by the wayside or are not being updated anymore. So it's cool to see, of course, a multi-billion-dollar company still investing into this game. But there's some things that could still be fixed. That's the great thing about Fallout 76 is this: if you own the game, you've got it. You can get in, you can play it. You don't have to pay anything extra unless you're doing Fallout first. So, you can put it down and come back later. It's a good game. That's really the best I could say about it.
You 76ers, you guys are something else.
So, real quick, let's look at the new scoreboard. Real quick, I don't want to bog you down too much with that. Some of you guys probably don't care too much about it at all, but it looks like it is going to be armory space again. And there's some cool, from what I've seen, some cool new things that they're going to have. Most of the cosmetics, of course. Bonnet did actually get repetitive, and it's still to some degree repetitive. I think it would be nice to see some new content in regards to like places to visit. Like if we had a new land altogether the same size as Appalachia, that would just be phenomenal. I think that would add so much to the game. It would draw a lot of new people in, but I think that they've got a lot of other things they need to tackle along with that. Some are minor and some are pretty major, but they definitely need to head those on and start tackling those things pretty soon, because you got a lot of people that really want to see stuff fixed that's been here since the beginning of the game. And I'm sure there's several of you guys that agree with me in the chat. So real quick, if you see something in here that you want to see again, just let me know. I'm just going to kind of go through this. Some of these don't load. This is a beehive, but there's not a picture for it. So I was asked a little earlier why there wasn't a picture there, and if it had something to do with lag. It's not. It was kind of like that in the previous season. They just don't have the actual picture associated with it yet. But some of these they do, and I'm just going to kind of go through some of them here. Again, I don't want to get caught up way too much into this, because I know you guys want to see the other content that's out there. It's a cool looking power armor. You guys remember those fireworks when they first came out? It allowed you to reload your weapon pretty quick. Miss those. Just jumping around here. The Yukon excavator paint. Good point. That one's there. Looks like the Fallout first items are just. This is slalom. I don't know what that would be. What's funny is they set that to a rare card. I guess it is, but technically it shouldn't be listed as a rare card, in my opinion. This is a photo pose, and it is cannonball, which makes me think that it's going to be something like you can do that in water. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that's not listed here. This is a common reward. It just calls it Commissioner Chaos. Could just be a card, I'm not sure. Or it could be another ally. Wouldn't that be interesting? Okay, so going back here, I'm going to show you guys the map. And something really cool that I thought about with the map, and we'll spend a few minutes doing this real quick. With the map system now, I changed mine earlier to a train, but you can hover over your location or virtually anybody else's location. We'll go to other ones in just a moment, but since we're allowed to place more than one camp now, which is something that I'm ecstatic about, I'm sure you guys are too. If I select my camp here, it gives me a sub menu, and I can rename my camp. I can turn whether or not, instead of having to worry about turning my vendor on and off, because I server hop a lot, especially if I'm looking for some stuff like the Red Nurse's Asylum outfit. When I do that, I always have to go to my vendor. I got a little switch for it. I switch it off, and then I'll continue on server hopping, so that way a bunch of people won't go to my camp and they end up getting upset because I ended up leaving, and the next thing you know, so I show back on the server again, and then I am for a second, and then I disappear again. So you know how that works. So you can turn your camp on and off just by simply doing that. So if I don't want anybody to know I'm here, I just turn that off. And of course I can change my icon, and you have your whole list here of icons that you have to choose from. So I set mine to train. I just was fooling around with it earlier, but you can literally set it to almost any icon that you've got on the game right now. So like Radiation Rumble up here, which is not Radiation Rumble, but that's what I refer to it as. I can set it to that. Virtually anything you want. It's kind of cool. And we'll go into, in just a few minutes, doing camp slots. I don't know how they work. I'm sure that it's not too terribly difficult. Oh, it's over here. Yeah, this is the other thing I wanted to show you guys about with the map system, with the public events that are coming up. We're going to start getting a list of all the public events that are going on at the time. So rather than having to move all around the map to try to find the public events, we'll just see all public events down here in the bottom left, of course, with the daily ops too. But, let me get off this menu here. And this public event here is load bearing, so it looks like that's the only public event that's going on. So let's jump back over here, look, zoom out a little bit, see, no public events, and then load bearing over here, the only public event, which is going to help everybody find events quicker. I mean, most of us already know where they're located anyway, but they have your occasion that kind of roam around, like the Scorched Horde or something like that. Yeah, I really like it a lot, Knight. I think that's a really cool feature. They really put some time into seeing what will work, and I'll tell you right now, and the good majority of you probably know, in the list, in the forums, lots of users get back there, and some of it's bad, some of it's good. I mean, it's just really kind of a mix, but I can tell you that the devs do read, feedback and what us as users really want out of the product, and they may not hit on everything. In fact, it would be impossible to hit on everything, but they really do look and try to accommodate us, and I'm appreciative of that, because there's not a lot of companies out there that will do that for you. And it looks like I'm getting a spike. If my audio and video starts dropping off, it's because something's going on with my internet. Yay me. So again, going back
You ever get a melody stuck
to the
in your
map
head?
here, we can
One
look
day,
at some of these other
I might
users.
write a song that
So
does
this
that.
is David's camper. We're going to pick on him for a second. And all I can do is fast
There's no
travel to him.
time to
So
be
it's not like I
upset.
can do anything else other than
Let it all
fast travel to
go.
him. Let's see here. Not seeing anybody. There we go. Yep. So you really can't do anything else other than fast travel to them. And I was hoping they'd put like a context menu for whether or not you've got the items that are in like the weapons or like plans, for instance. You know, if there's a plan that's out there on a vendor and you're trying to go to it and you're like, oh, yeah, I already know all those plans. Well, that's a wasted trip. But if there was just a star next to it that said you don't know a plan, that would be more appealing to look at. You don't have to necessarily tell me what plan it is. Just, you know, tell me there's something that I can purchase from there that I don't know. So what's your thoughts, guys? What do you want to see next? I don't want to be completely domineering on this whole conversation thing, even though I have already. And if I haven't already told you, thanks a lot for being here. I appreciate that. I'm actually going to shoot for a follow-up stream to this stream on Twitch. So if you're here and have to break away for anything, you can grab me on Twitch. It's NVD Online. That's Naked Vault Dweller, or just NVD Online is my Twitch name. You'll find me there probably an hour and a half from now, or 2 hours, something like that, as soon as we get finished up here. So Trauma, what are you playing on? You guys, you playing on Xbox, PlayStation?
Hey,
What about you,
boy, it's
Bond?
tough out there. Don't make it tough inside
Branch,
yourself, too.
you're on PlayStation too, right? I don't know how far you guys are behind me. All right, so we've looked at perk systems. We've looked at the special, and again, we're going to go back and do that again. Aaron, thanks. Appreciate letting me know that. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to do this live stream, is because Xbox and PlayStation do not have access to this. And you guys are kind of left out in the code, and I do feel like you guys are the redhead stepchildren in that regard, because there's a lot of Xbox and PlayStation users that can put some testing into this stuff. It'd be cool. Getting here. So let's move our camp. That's what we'll do. So let me just get rid of some of this junk that I've got on me. Actually, I need to go over here and adjust some of my perk cards around.
Property of the
No.
Brotherhood.
That should make my life better. Still didn't. Thanks, Peter. Appreciate that. Just gonna get rid of some of stuff that could be weighting me down, which I don't have a clue what that could be, because I don't have hardly anything on me. Yes, I do. I know exactly what it is. One more second, we'll go check out that camp thing. It's gonna be you. There we go. That's better. Much better. Okay. All right. So let's. I've been wanting to make a camp over. If you guys go and steal my camp from me, I'm gonna hunt you down. And that's hunt. This is my camp spot that I'm wanting to move to. But now that I've got two possibilities, let me just do C here. This is probably going to jack it up. I think I just moved my primary camp. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Lucky me, I have to rebuild that. Great thing we're on the public test server, right? Alright, well, with that being said, how do I move my camp? So we're looking for camp slots. Oh, here we go. Well, I guess I should have looked at that before. Too late. Okay, so now I have moved my camp slot, or changed my camp slot. The new board, I think Night Hunter was saying here in chat that the new board will be available, going back up here and here, April 27th. April 27th is when the new board will be available, and if I'm not terribly mistaken, the rest of the stuff that you're going to be seeing here today will also be available on that day unless they change it. And I just saw that I missed something here. Lucky Lion, I didn't know anything about this script. Not heard anything about it, to be perfectly honest with you, so I could really have no comment on it. I can tell you now, it wouldn't be good. So I'm just going to run right over here and set down my other camp. Really hate that I just moved that. So let's see. Real quick, just going to put down that just to differentiate. So that's something for nuclear winter. That's for nuclear winter. And then we're going to switch back to my other camp, which is here. And camp 1, activate camp. And it's literally that easy. So all that stuff has disappeared. I'm going to go back over here where the other camp should be. I really hate that I scrapped my camp just a second ago. And there it is. Yeah. So the camp slots work pretty good. And that's something that the devs were particularly proud of when they were showcasing it in the dev dive. I'm not sure if you got a chance to see that in the Inside the Vault release yesterday, but it was definitely interesting, and I encourage you to watch it if you haven't watched it already. It will cover a lot of stuff that I'm going to cover here, but those are the guys who made it happen. So, and it looks like with these camp slots, you know, we have 1 or 2 camp slots here. It's possible we can have multiple ones later on, which makes me think that they are going to be purchasable from the Atomic Shop. There also may be one that gets slid to us for being a Fallout First member, but kind of like when the shelters came out. But it looks like we can have at least 6 there, if not more. And that's pretty interesting to know that, because I could put my camp virtually anywhere. And move into a server that says, hey, you know, you can't place your camp here. Do you still want to stay? Which I know we've all ran into. You know, that'll be a thing of the past, because, you know, we could just say, yes, we want to stay. And then the moment that we do, we can switch which camp we have. And of course, if somebody's at that other spot, we're in trouble. Alright, so we've covered a good majority of the stuff. Let's go back here, add our perk system here, so that way I can show this off a little bit later if I need to. It's not perk, it's a punch card system. There it is. So the punch card system is located in crafting. For me, it's the 4th one down. You could put it anywhere in your camp. I wonder if you could put multiple ones in your camp. Yeah, you can. Not that that matters, but that's kind of cool. Something else that we can also do that's going to make a lot of camp builders happy is place displays and shelters. This is a lobby shelter. Let's go there. Let's go figure it out together. A lot of this stuff is new to me too, so as you're seeing it, I'm seeing it as well. I logged on a little earlier and did the daily ops and kicked out a video on it, but outside of that, I've not done virtually anything else in here. And I'm hoping I'm not boring you guys to death because I have a tendency to ramble. So I just want to go up here real quick and look at displays. There we go. So let's just slap this joker right here on the wall. Let's do more than just that. And then that. I think that's enough. So I'm gonna put that on there. RSI. And look at that. Now we can display weapons inside of our shelters. Same thing for junk. If I've got any junk I can put in here. So I can put gold scrap in there, loose springs, tin can. I got enough of those. And Wendigo teeth. Can't really see them that well. Nice. Should have just assigned it. There we go. So displays do work in shelters now. Now there may be some other stuff that we've done or that they've done with the shelters that I don't know offhand without going back and looking through the notes. But what stood out the most to me was the fact that you could utilize displays inside of shelters. Again, it's been a kind of a thorn in the side of all the people that use shelters and camp building. It's really a cool thing because I think it's going to make a lot of people happy. Of course, I don't know if you can do the same thing with plants yet. You at one time was not able to put crops down here. I wonder if that's even an option now. No, thinking not. It's going to be underneath resources. And resources, I guess it's a little further up. Nope. Yeah, resources is not an option, at least right at the moment it isn't. So you can't even put your sink down here, but again, I think that's going to be something that they can work out in the future. So these displays are definitely progress. So is any of you guys interested in seeing the daily ops and what it's like? Like I said, I've got a video out there on it right now. You can watch that, kind of get the gist of it, or we can play it through. I will tell you that when I did that by myself, it did take me about 20 minutes to do it. So it could be rather time consuming. Really hot in here. Well, I don't know for sure how they were abusing it before. I don't know exactly. I know that people were, and that primarily that people can dupe with it. The exact way they did that, I don't know. I'm sure there's 100,000 YouTube videos out there, and I'm sure there's 100,000 Facebook pages out there that support that kind of stuff. I'm afraid. I hope that doesn't turn you guys away from me. I just don't like hacks or I don't prefer it. Let's put it that way. It's not that I don't necessarily like it. It's just it's not a preference. No, I don't mind doing it. Zed, are you still out there? I think Zed was actually going to tackle it with me. So that way we can make a little bit more progress doing it. Let's see if he's on the server with me. Zed is on a server. I'm going to join the server that he is on right now, which is another PTS server. Being the first day that this cut of data has been out there, I imagine there's a pile of people out there testing it. And if you are on PC, you can also get the PTS as well. Just so you know. And you're going to say, well, how do I do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. On your Bethesda launcher, if you're using the Bethesda launcher, if you're using Steam, this is not going to work for you. You have to be purchase the game through Bethesda to be able to get to the PTS. But there is an actual PTS game here. You'll scroll down in this list, and you'll see that Fallout 76 is one of the things. Sorry, Fallout 76 PTS is one of the things you can actually download and install. So if you've got the Bethesda launcher and would like to participate in this kind of stuff, by all means, it's available to you. It does require you to be on a PC, and it does require you to have the Bethesda launcher. But outside of that, sky's the limit. Let me check up with Zed. So. There we go. Zed, you have my audio? Cool. Hey, I'm live with the with YouTube here on the public test server, and I was about to do a daily ops. Just curious if you'd be interested in doing that with me. Great. Yeah, give me just a couple moments, and I'll yank you on in there if you don't mind. Just want to make sure I have all the perks that I need to be able to do the daily ops. Otherwise, it's going to be a sad day. Server not responding. And I got disconnected. I'm totally blaming Zed for that. Hey, and if you've just recently started watching the stream, this is a public test server stream. It's got a lot of unpublished content. If you do not like spoilers, I encourage you to discontinue watching, which hurts my feelings a little bit, but ultimately I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. And we're joining back again. Zed. Hope you don't mind, Zed. I totally threw you under the bus here on YouTube. Told them the reason why the server crashed was because of you. Let me just go over to my tent real quick, and I'm going to just rearrange some of my perks so that I don't die instantly I did the daily ops a little earlier. Called it Decryption. I don't even see it. Oh, it's over here. I did Decryption earlier, and it was a horrible, horrible mess. I probably died, and I'm not exaggerating to you guys. I probably died 20 times. It was almost embarrassing. And I really thought that I'd just be able to walk in and just kind of own it. That's not the case at all. And Dodge will tell you all throughout the daily ops that you're doing that you need to kind of like be stealthy. And my character's not of a stealthy build. Obviously, I'm wearing power armor. And I use a 5mm cannon to take apart anything I need to take apart. But it probably could have been done better. And I think with 2 people or more, I think it would flow a lot better. The enemies in there just do a massive amount of damage. Let me just jump in here real quick and just adjust this real quick. Thanks, Zed. And Zed left the team. Oh, it's because I moved that around. I'll just throw that up there for right now. And then I'll get some ammunition this time because I need ammo. Stash boxes. Get Zed back on the team. Well, you're in the right place to un-F it up there, Zed, because with this public test server, you can adjust those perks any way you want to. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go, and we'll go ahead and get started. And those out there in the watching this video live, the next thing that we're going to do is do the daily ops. Knight, we definitely appreciate that, man. Thanks so much. I really do appreciate that tremendously. Great guy. And for those who don't know, Night Hunter, he is in our Discord channel, and I don't have a link to the Discord channel right here in our chat, but if you go to the Naked Vault Dweller YouTube channel at the top, there is a link that will take you directly in there where you can hang out there with the rest of us and get to know Night Hunter and Zed and a Branch and a pile of other super great people. Super great. Right now we're waiting on Zed. And I didn't say that to hurry up, man. I swear I didn't. We can go back to... So are you ready to go? Is that what you're saying? Okay, I'm going to take it as a yes. I'm going to jump into the daily ops. So, and I use the word "so" a lot. So looking over here at the daily ops, it's in the Watoga Raider Arena, which is the Watoga Underground. Our enemies will be mole miners, but it's also the mole rats too. The mole rats do explode. I think the mole miners do as well. They have toxic blood, poison, hazard, dropped on death. and there's Savage Strike, which it seems like every strike is a Savage Strike. Daily deadly armor piercing attacks. Knight, I appreciate that tremendously. Thank you. Good guy. All right, anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump on in there. Zed is going to try the more stealthier approach. I'm more hack and slash. And just like the regular daily ops, when you go through that door, you kick the daily ops off.
We're gonna need to shut down some radio interceptors nearby. Take them out. Bring us back some privacy.
You don't have to do anything to that radio. Oh, you already killed him. That might have been another reason why I was down so much.
Also, I recommend you guys back a punch, and you'll be in a mess of trouble if you try
Of course, it's up there. So we have to kill 6 the first wave, or got Zed doing all the work over here.
One of the enemies nearby should have the code we need to shut down an interceptor. My intel is limited. You'll need to narrow it down yourself.
Coming to you, Zed. Oh, you're up. Okay. No, I wasn't watching my health. Zed, the interceptor, I think is what they call it, not the interceptor. The carrier is going to be on the top level as you're heading down. The stadium seating.
Nice going.
There you
Got
go.
a code. You can use it to shut down an interceptor. I imagine there'll be tighter security nearby, so move quietly.
I don't know my way around here too well. And what you'll do is here you go.
We're not done. I need y'all to take out another group while I gather more intel on the next code.
So in this next group is going to be 8 that's going to attack us. Great job. And for those who just came into the stream, we are just covering some of the public test server new content. We're doing the daily ops now, which is the new daily ops that's Bethesda's provided for us.
Your next code carrier's close by. Do what you can to sniff them out, but try and keep it quiet.
Looks like they're all down here. Yeah, they're all up here. Telling you, I die so stinking easily. Yes, that's me.
Blood's on the hand of the fiend that installed these devices.
All right, 5 minutes 22 seconds. We can still potentially do it.
To dispense it.
The boss is going to appear there in,
I'll track down the next code.
here in the middle, and he does a massive amount of damage. So we've got 10 to kill here, and then once we've got him, then we take on the boss. Three more.
Code carrier's clear as day this time, which can only mean it's bigger and nastier than usual.
Innocent
I
leader.
recommend a tactical takedown. Good luck, team.
And he's a pain too. He's up. You got him. Hang on.
Great work, team. You ready to shut down the final interceptor? Don't let your guard down, though. Expect resistance. No doubt the whole place will be on high alert. Tread carefully.
I guess it's going to be down here. We've already missed our 8-minute window. There we go.
Y'all literally cut the cord on them.
That's
Well
cool.
done, team. Ad Victorium.
You know, and when I did this a little earlier, you go back through it just like you do any normal ops, and you pick up your ammunition or anything that you want off the dead bodies. If I can get back down to the boss, we can look and see what was on his. I kind of gave up what was on his. Not terribly familiar with the Watoga Underground, so anyway, it could be anywhere. Ultimately, when I checked him out earlier, he didn't really have anything on him. So let's just look and see what maybe we got a rare reward. None. Just like me, to get none. Okay, so for the new people that are here, is there anybody that has anything they want to see regarding the new content that we've got? I've already covered the special and perk loadouts. We can look at it again. We can also cover the camp stuff that's out there. And then, they just put where we can put displays inside of our camp shelters, which is kind of nice. And we can look at that as well. I noticed that too, and that's really the most that I've seen of the poison from, killing mobs. It's makes me wonder whether or not they'll make a modification to a card, or if you're gonna have to be stacked with a special type of armor that will protect you against poison. Right now, when you have a poison resistant type of armor, it doesn't really do that much good for you anyway, because there's just not much of it out there. So I am rather curious. Bethesda tends to sneak stuff onto the servers for us to, especially when they have new content coming down, and you can normally find it. Hey Zed, I appreciate you doing that daily ops with me. I'm telling you that literally took me the same amount of time had I not died as many times as I did. Oh, yeah. I'm just embarrassed to even count it. 20 times probably. Trying to tackle that on my own. So, but we did pretty well. We get used to that. We can get that down to probably 6 minutes with 2 of us. The tenderizer. It looks like that's the weapon you got from the ops. Okay. Just looking through here and see if there's anything additional that might have been added to the map. A lot of times it's not really visible, but I'll have to explore around a little bit more to see whether or not they've got some new area that we can venture into. But to me, nothing really stands out. But that's cool. I can activate my camps just by selecting on it. So as I get more camps that are available, if I'm having problems being able to place my camp or be able to, get into a world like I said before, where it says your camp cannot be placed because someone else's camp is already there, I can just say, yeah, I want to stay in this world, and then go to the map and activate another camp until the other camp disappears. And from what the dev dive said, from the inside the vault, they literally said that your vendors are all tied together, which means that you will be able to, the stuff that you sell at your first camp will be the same stuff that you sell at your second camp, and that the prices on items like stacked weight or stacked items, like stim packs, for instance, or right away. If you've got a right away that's already on the vendor and it's at 23 caps, and you go to put another right away on the vendor, it'll automatically assign it 23 caps rather than you having to go through individually and assign that cap value, which is another neat thing. You know, they're doing some really cool stuff. Zed's saying that there is a cooldown between the two camps when you activate a camp. So, okay, and there is. It just says that the last camp was activated too recently. Going back up here, looking at these camps here, you can get off that menu. You can look at all your camps here, and you know, you see just the two right now. You can speculate that that there'll be more on the atomic shop, that you'll have the capability of being able to deploy, probably through purchasing it. If you've got a Fallout First account, they'll probably give you one for that account. I'm just guessing that. That don't necessarily mean that will happen, but you can, you know, definitely have like I said, probably six or 7 camps here that you can use. And something else that, again, if you're just new to the stream, what we're pointing out earlier is the world activity. Right now there's no events going on, and I know that because there's an event tracker here now that's in the bottom left hand corner, and if there was any events, it would show it. Well, it looks like this is an event right here, but it's not popping up in there. Oh wow. Yeah, breach and clear is the only event that's showing. Nope. Leader of the pack. Okay, so there's 2 there. And why they're not in the featured, it kind of blows my mind, but that's okay. So I can look down through here and see everybody's vendor or everybody's camp, and probably fast travel to it as well. So I'm going to select this one. So I don't even have to find them on the map. I just find them in the list and hit fast travel to. That is nice. And for all the Americans that are out there that are listening to me, you may think I'm from the South. That's just how my mic sounds. Just kidding. So, and that took me right to this player's camp. It's kind of cool. Going back here. So we got breach and clear. And I can go ahead and select that event right there. And 32 caps to join the event. Select it and don't even have to track it down on the map. It's automatically there for me. That is correct. If there is a new location that's on the map, said you'd have to find it first. But you know, my idea behind that was there was some kind of.
Looks like those damn wolves are on the hunt again.
Sorry, I'm listening to this event.
Whereabouts are unknown. I repeat, Alpha's location is unknown. We need to find and kill that Alpha wolf ASAP. Take out the smaller packs and draw out that Alpha. Just make sure you bring a lot of bullets. That big Alpha is a heap of trouble.
All right, so I'm open to whatever you guys want to see in chat. So if there's something you want to take a deeper dive into and look at, let's do that. There's probably some things that I've overlooked or have not done, and maybe some things that you want to give a try. And I am open to any suggestions. what that noise is. Those are treasure hunters. Thanks, Night Hunter. Hunter? I said hunt night. Not Hunter. Where are those? Dusty. It's going to be an aid. See what comes out. Okay. I really hate that I crashed my camp earlier. I wish I'd paid attention a little bit more. In case you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, for those that weren't here, I was fooling around with the camp slots and decided that I would move my camp. But what I should have done first is change my camp slot first before I decided to move my camp, which obviously put everything in storage, which makes me incredibly sad. Because now I got to spend the rest of the PTS without a camp, or I have to remake another one, which I don't care to. So looking at the camp slots again, you know, I can activate my camps. We got a lot of cool noises here too, to denote what's going on. So these are my camps here. Simply selecting this camp and activating it will activate that camp, making this camp disappear. That's awesome. That's awesome. My son will start playing again eventually. He Fallout 76 is a little slow for him. He's used to playing like Rainbow Six and not Raft. What's that other one? It's another survival game. It's kind of like Raft, even though I don't know anything about Raft. Oh, so you moved your camp too, Zed? Well, good. I don't feel so bad then. In case you don't know, Zed or Night Hunter and some of these other folks that's been talking here, a lot of them are actually located in our Discord channel. Night Hunter's posted our link to the Discord channel in chat. If you're interested, come chat with us. We're a bunch of laid-back, mixed group of people from pretty much all over the world. I'm just going to go back over here to my other camp. Well, I say I am. Gotta go the right direction, right? This is where the other camp was, and then my other camp, which was where I'm currently residing now, is here. And you Xbox users that are out there, I really want to just take a moment and ask you a question about Xbox and PC, if there is any Xbox players that are out there. Deathlord, how's it going, man? It's really nice to see you here this evening. I know it's late there, so definitely appreciate you making it, man. Getting back to the Xbox players, what would your interest be in cross-platforming with PC? Do you see that as a good thing? Do you see that as a possibility that it can expand the community for Fallout 76? I'm just really interested in what you guys think. I'm not an Xbox user, even though I'm about to get an Xbox, so I can somewhat play on it and kind of interact with you guys. And same thing for PlayStation too. I don't want to put you guys out there, but I don't know, what's your thoughts on that? I think so too. if we could crossplay right now, all the people in this chat not only could get into the public test server, or at least I would hope, but could do the Scorchbee's Queen with us, can do all these other events that we do, because sometimes Zed and I, Night Hunter, and a bunch of us will get together and just like, server hop and blow as much stuff up as possible. And it's usually a fun, clean time. So that's what we gear for. Fun, clean time. Yeah. Well, Zed, you're the trader. So you like trading. Getting into that market would definitely be good for you. Eric, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. That's very nice. That's very, very kind of you to say that. And that's reassuring too, because early on when I started doing YouTube, I remember just one comment. I actually got it posted in my kitchen that says that I'll never make it as a YouTuber and I have the worst voice ever. So it has been definitely a journey for me talking on the scene, because I've always been pretty afraid to talk in large groups, but now I'm not, for the most part. And then we got some people that strong silent type that's never said a word, but do all the work. Indeed. Yeah. All right. So we've had a few more people pop into the live stream. I just want to go over it real quick. Yeah. So, Deathlord, have you had a chance to look at any of the stuff that I've been displaying so far? Do you know much about the perk loadouts? I don't want to waste your time if you've already seen it. I certainly don't want to waste anybody else's time either. But I do want to hang out here just in case there's a few other people that want to see it before I switch over to the Twitch channel. There's a camper around here somewhere. No, it's not active. Let's make it active real quick. I wonder what the cooldown timer is on that. I'll have to time it. That's great. And that's something else that I've been neglecting too. I didn't really go through the season board too much. I appreciate you completing that event, Zed. We'll look at that board again in just a couple seconds. So, real quick, Deathlord, my primary goal here is to kind of show off some of the new perk card system. And as you can see, this is actually what it's going to look like. So, real quick, these things can be dropped in your camp. They can also be accessed through other players' camps, and you can go to a train station to access them. So virtually anywhere you go, you're going to have access to them. When gaining access to them, it's as easy as doing what I'm about to do. Once you select it, you can opt to change your active perks, which is pressing enter and then whatever the key is on the Xbox and PlayStation, and then you can edit your special, which is another cool thing too. I appreciate that, Aaron, tremendously. Hey, and again, if you get a chance, go to our Discord channel. Come in there and hang out with us. I'll tell you what, we like hanging out. We do that a lot, and we'll get in audio and just shoot the crap out of stuff. So hit us up on Discord. Anybody in here, except Zed. I'm just kidding. Zed's already in there. Okay, getting back to the special points here real quick, Deathlord. So as you can see right now, we have 2 active slots that we can set these perk loadouts for, and we can name them whatever we want. I named mine normal. This is my standard one that I generally use. I'm going to be making modifications to that later on. There's not really a lot that I can do with it right now, because I just don't know what kind of loadout I want to do. And then there's my junk one, and I was demonstrating that a little earlier for everybody. And that junk one, I was just kind of throwing cards and special points around everywhere. You can see that there's a third slot down here, but there's not any, an option for it. I imagine that's probably something you can purchase from the Atomic Shop when it becomes available. And I'm just speculating that. I don't know. And there could be as many as 4 or 5. I just don't have a clue. Yep, I agree, Aaron. Yep, I'm thinking so too. So I could set it active. I can rename it. I'm going to just jump up here and edit this special portion of it here. And again, the really cool thing here, Deathlord, is that you can, as before, what you'd be able to do is to change out your special points. You would literally have to, use a point for that. Now, changing out all your special points is as easy as is saying what you want everywhere else, and just kind of moving the perks around. You're not charged anything, and you're not penalized for it. That is a huge plus. An absolute huge plus, because that card, that perk card that you can use, or that perk point that you can use to get a perk card, it's not being wasted. Therefore, you can invest it into your legendary perks, which is something else that at least for right now, Bethesda's not touching. Like I said, they're making the legendary perks an in-game type thing. So this system that we're looking at here is not really going to be touched. Or it's not going to be touched at all. Based upon what the dev said, it's just going to be kind of remain the same, because again, they're kind of like in-level perks for specific reasons. So I mean, as you get to like level 500, if you ever have the opportunity to get there, Zed, you'll be able to almost level up all your cards anyway. Yes, indeed, Giga. You can have, it looks like out of the box, the day that this is released, and again, thanks to Night Hunter, he looked that back up for us. The Perk Loadouts is slated, along with the new season, to come out April 27th. So there's a lot of playtime between then and there that they can do their tweakings with. But you have your 2 Perk Loadouts here, and then possibly an additional one, either through the Atomic Shop or Fallout First. Or we may have as many as 6 or 7, and we can just scroll down through them. But it's just 2 at the moment. And be perfectly honest with you, I don't need more than 2 personally. But it sure does make it easy if I was going to do any kind of like making armor, making ammunition, doing any kind of stuff at the chemistry station. If I had a loadout there where I just walk over to it, swap those cards out, and then get done doing what I'm doing, and then swap the cards again. Where it used to, that would take me forever. And if any of you guys watch me in a live stream, changing my cards it's like pulling teeth. I'm so stinking slow at it. Aaron, this is a good update. This is going to be good for everybody. Yes, Giga, we'll still need the part cards on it, but we'll be able to modify them. Let me get back here to edit them. So simply clicking it, I can set whatever perks I want in place. I'm just going to put, I've got endurance here, so I'm just going to throw endurance up there, and then ghoulish again. It's because I'm currently not really using those, but it will retain those until I decide to change them and make them something else. So if I wanted to play bloodied and occasionally play a tank, then I can stay in between both those perk card sets, and I wouldn't have to spend a ton of time getting to that point where everybody on my team is waiting on me to swap out the cards. And Bethy just came out of the Fisher side, and she's killing everybody, and I'm trying to rush to get there so I can do 1,000 points of damage, and so on and so forth. The perk card system is great. All right, Death Lord. Some of the other things they've got. So I was telling some of the earlier users that, and again, I'm not sure how much you guys are into using the lobby shelters or the shelters altogether. They did make some modifications to it. The ones that I know about come to the display cases. I've already laid out some display cases earlier from whenever I was live streaming. So now we'll be able to have display cases inside of the shelters, whereas we wasn't able to place them before, which is kind of nice because we all have our favorite weapons or our favorite items. And I do a camp of the week. I know that a lot of the folks that I do have already done camp of the week for, have been in their shelters, and they've expressed to me that that's kind of a lacking feature. Now there's more features that are not available to camp shelters, like resources like water or being able to grow plants and things like that. I don't know if they're ever going to tackle that. That would be cool if they did, but as of right now, I'm just happy they can get these displays in there. That's another thing that I think that a lot of people like. So you're talking about a display item inside of the shelter? So if I lay out another, so Deathlord's question is, can I show him how much of a budget it takes to put something in a display? So that's what I'm going to attempt to do right now. I must have just overlooked it. There it is. Okay, so we throw this down here, and to place something inside of it here, it's going to go over to the junk. There's really no way to gauge that, so let's look at that real quick. I wish there was like a number that we can use on that instead of that bar. Okay. So maybe this will answer your question. And if I'm not doing it the way you want me to, maybe point me in the right direction. But I'm just going to add some loose screws, tin can, some waste acid to this display here. I'm going to add one more thing too. That magazine. And to me, looking at that, it doesn't look like it's consumed any space at all. Is that what you're looking for, Death Lord? Or something a little bit more specific? Oh, just one item. Dear Lord. That's not read that, man. Okay. All right. I was going to yank those items out, but even putting all four of those items in didn't look like it consumed anything at all. So either it's that minute or it's negligible. And Zed has left the game. Okay, looking at the scoreboard real quick. The Deathlord, you said that you had already looked a little bit at the scoreboard. We don't need to take necessarily a hard look at it unless you guys just really want to look at it. That's a good question, Aaron. Because I've been kind of like torn with the Life Giver perk. Deathlord, I'm able to read your messages. Yeah, I definitely can. So let's look at the scoreboard. So, and again, if I move too fast, just let me know. Let's kind of bounce through here. Some of these do not have images associated with them yet. That is on Bethesda's side. It's not mine. That is 3 chandeliers. Thick tree branch chandelier. That's kind of cool. Zed, you have to give me just a couple seconds, buddy. Yeah, I like that lever action right there. That's a nice looking gun. I've actually got one of those guns. I got a Marlin hanging on my wall right here. It doesn't look nearly as nice as this, but I really like that Marlin. It's a good brush gun. Mr. Shivers player icon. Perk cards. And then slalom. Don't know what that is. We looked at that a little earlier. Vault tile checkered floors. That's kind of cool. The Yukon 5 power armor. That's for the T45. I bet it's just going to progressively go up with the armor. Brick house. Back flare. Rockets, nothing. Well, look at that. That is very interesting. Because I'm curious. Hang on just a second. Let me get Zed in here. We were looking at that one. The mannequin set. Now, I've heard a lot of people talking about being able to place their power armor. I'm curious if we'll be able to do anything with the power armor. It looks like that's not with the power armor, but we could put our other outfits on that. That is really nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I didn't look through here earlier. There could be the power armor in here. So let's look at that one. That's the T51. I wasn't fond of the armory stuff. I just didn't think it was themed right. I just don't like it personally, but and again, that's just my opinion. I think they could have gone with something else that could have been pretty cool. Just sad to see that recycled into the system. And for those who don't know, Deathlord is a on again, off again YouTuber that does the data mining on a lot of this stuff. So it's cool to have him in here talking with us. Super great guy. So that's just a paint. And that's a T60. They just keep looking better. So the T60 looks better than the T45. Oh, it's a player icon. Okay, Commissioner Chaos player icon. I thought it was another ally. Armor Ace, Armor Station. Guys, if I'm going too fast, just let me know. I agree, Aaron. And that's a player icon. And that's the handmade. That actually looks pretty cool. And this is the T51. And this is flare. Some of these do not have images, like I said before. This is T65, which I'm not fond of the T65 frame. It just doesn't look right. Aaron, it will probably now when they push that update out, they push it out to all the platforms, and it's interesting to note that a couple updates back they accidentally released the what am I thinking of here, the Brotherhood of Steel update by accident to the Xbox platform first. So I have to assume it's going to do the Xbox and PlayStation first, and PC. But it's always been my understanding that PC went first and then Xbox and PlayStation. Whereas they'll push that update out. They'll bring the servers down at 10 o'clock in the morning. Usually by 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the servers come back online. You're able to download the new update, depending on how fast your internet connection is. And then from there, you're able to play. And I've always gathered that from feedback from users on some of the videos that I've released during that time that, they would be 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night, Eastern time, still getting their Xbox update. So I've always kind of thought that Xbox came after PC, but that may not necessarily be the case. But to answer your question, all platforms will be updated at least the same day, if not at the same time. Just bouncing through here. There's a lot of player icons in this one. What's that? Now that's pretty slick looking. I like that. I don't use a Gatlin Plaza, but if I did, I'd use that paint job. That's a cool looking paint job. And that's cool too. This is a power armor paint for it looks like it's going to be for all the power armors. Almost done here, Dad Lord. Wallpaper. Saltron Steins. The perfectly preserved pie, I don't understand why they threw that in there. Unless they're just looking for stuff. And, outside of this on the Cold Steel bundle, which is the coup de grace of this board, this is the only thing that's showing on it right now, but there'll be multiple stuff, and a lot of times it's going to be like power armor skins and things like that. That's right. Derek, hang on just 1 second. So you're looking for, let me exit out of here. If I can exit out of here. Oh, it says tab. So Derek asked, watched a lot of vids. Tell me where the wallpapers and floor tiles and building. Maybe this will answer your question. I don't know. I may be reading that out of context. But going into the build menu, the floor tiles that I have already, unless you're talking about any new floor tiles that might be out there, are already preset to my my camp, which I'm sure you already know this. And forgive me if it sounds like I'm hoping to answer your question the best way I know how. Hang on a second. All right, so you're looking for the Valentine's floor tile, I'm guessing is what you're saying, and like the wallpaper. So if I lay down a floor real quick, Let's just lay this one down here. I know there's like 1,000 ways to do this. I suck at doing this, guys. There. Okay. And then I go to a wall and I set that wall to, let's just say that one. For me, I am on the PC now, but it should be the same contextual menu. At the very top there, you should see where it says wallpapers. I'm able to just move over to it and then select all the wallpapers that I need. Ironically, all the wallpapers that I normally have are not there. I normally have a slam pile of wallpapers. And they may have just done that for the purpose of the public test server, but simply going in this list on a live server, all the wallpapers that you own will be in that list if you own that wallpaper. And hopefully that answered your question, Derek. Like I said, I'm not the best camp builder. There's a whole lot better camp builders in chat than me, for sure. Let's step back outside just for a second. And if it sounds like I'm yelling into the mic, this headset that I've got on completely drowns out any noise. I almost can't even hear myself talking. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully that does. And Derek, are you on Xbox, PlayStation, PC? I was just telling some of the guys, or to be fair, some of the people that have been in the chat with us, that if you're not part of our Discord channel, I encourage you to come on in. You can find our link to our Discord channel. If you go to my YouTube page at the very top, there's a Discord icon there. Selecting that will take you right to us, drop you right into the main channel. And there's a pile of people in there that would be more than happy to help you out with anything. Cool. Yeah, we've got several PS players that are in the Discord channel, and we have a dedicated text chat and dedicated voice channel for PlayStation as well. Would like to see more PlayStation folks in there as well as Xbox. Normally, whenever I get people to come in there, it's because I like conked them over the head during some actual play and drag them in there. But it's a good place to be. Lots of good folks in there. So we were just looking at the new season. Just want to reiterate that for those who might have missed how the camp system works, if you don't know already, the camp system for camp slots is you go to your map menu here, top left hand corner, you have camp slots. Selecting that will allow you to expand it. You see that there's a lot of room here, so there'll probably be more camp spots. And for those that have been in this stream since the beginning, have heard me say that probably 5 or 6 times. Forgive me. But you can activate each camp slot. As you can see down here, you see that I'm on my current active camp slot, but my inactive one is here, and it's as simple as just clicking it and then activating it, and that new camp slot becomes available to me. Deathlord, I'm glad you actually asked that. Zed and I went through the new daily ops about half hour, 45 minutes ago. And the first time that I went through it, not sure if you caught my video on that, I was kind of wanting to throw something out there for you guys to be able to see it prior to this live stream, because it's so time consuming. For me, it takes when I went in there trying to do it, it took me literally 20 minutes by myself. The new daily ops is just a beast to try to do it by yourself, or at least my first attempt doing it. It took me 20 tries, and I died 5 million times. Or all right, I'm exaggerating. I died 100,000 times. That's great, Derek. You're moving right along. Yeah, I remember when I hit 100, I probably hadn't played for 6 months. Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to do that, I'm not sure if there's a lot of people would be interested in seeing because it takes so long. I'm not sure a lot of people would be interested in seeing it. Zed, what's your thoughts on that? Would you be interested in? Well, Zed's gone. He's hard to pin down. He is a good guy. Zed is definitely the guy to help me out with a lot of this stuff. Night Hunter 2. Don't have it really needs 2 people to do it in a decent amount of time. Zed and I just did it. We did it in 9 minutes, I think. So we missed out on the 3rd tier reward there, and we didn't get any rare rewards. I'm assuming you do not have any modified game files. It's always a scary thing. It's like, am I going to be able to log back in? No, I have not. I have not seen those, Deathlord. Here we are. Zed, what you think? Are you up for another daily ops? Okay. So if you guys are interested in doing or watching me go through the daily ops here with Zed, we can we can hammer that out real quick. We preface it with let's look real quick so I can kind of give you an idea of everything that's involved. So jump over to features. The other cool thing about the map system now is obviously you can change. Let me just look real quick, Zed. You can change your camp. Not only can you move which camp you want and have multiple camps, but you can also change the public map icon. You can turn it on so that people can come and know that where your vendors are, so you don't have to turn your vendors off anymore. And you can also change the icon to your camp too, which is another cool thing. And they've got a bunch of preset icons here that are already out in the world. So earlier I had the train, but here now I can change it to, I think it's a car. So it's really cool. And then in the bottom left-hand corner where you see world activity, in the world activity, instead of chasing down any public events that's going on like I normally do, or we all go to the map and just kind of look and see what's going on, like we can see here that guided meditation is there. We can just go to public events here in the world activity and go to all guided meditations right here. Also, Distant Thunder's running, or it's going some. Yeah, it's probably right there. Which is neat because sometimes we have some roving events that happen. Some of our buddies will go, "Hey, you want to do that?" And then you're like, "I don't know where it is." All right, so Zed, if you want to, let's jump in that daily ops and let's see if I can not kill you. And if you watch the video, basically it just says that there's when you kick off the daily ops event, this one in particular, well, if you go down, I'll try to get you back up. Not this one in particular here, but in the daily ops events for this one, it will probably change from day to day. Today it's going to be mole miners that we're going to be attacking, and mole rats. They're poisoned, and they have a special attack, which is slightly different.
Found radio interceptors in your area.
Go back up here.
Someone's listening in on our communication.
Actually, I probably need to help him
Not
out.
sure who it is, but I don't like it.
we're also in the Watoga Underground too. So if you've
Hard. Keep to the shadows and strike fast. Too much noise.
done the Wastelander quest line, you would have seen the Watoga Underground at some point.
Interceptor. One should be in your area. Try to figure out who it is. Get him good and dead. Perfect. We got a code. Use it to shut down one of those interceptors. Don't get sloppy now. We got a long ways to go still. Never knew what hit him.
Oh, you got it.
Keep it up. Wipe out another group and I'll try to get a lead on the next code.
Yeah, Zed's making me look bad. He's doing all the work. Alright. And over here we have a dead corpse. Killed by Zed. And over here we have another dead corpse. Killed by Zed. He has definitely got some good weapons.
Got another read on the code carrier.
I killed one.
Bye. Try to pick off the right one without reading too much attention. Excellent. Security will start ramping up. You need to shut down another interceptor. Good luck.
So what we have to do now is we have to shut down these radios. Which it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to shut down the radio. Where is that damn radio? It's like a maze in here. No.
Well done. One more to go. Weapons hot. Eliminate another round of them. I'll try to pin down that last code.
Hey dude, welcome to the stream, man.
Code signals coming from an extremely dangerous enemy in your area. Approach with caution and make every shot count, team.
I hear him over here somewhere. There he's down. Oh great, what a time to run out of ammunition. Ta-da!
That's that. Various plot involves
Took
spying
us
on
5
the
minutes to do that one.
but you
Well done,
put an
Zed.
end to it. Good on ya.
Zed brought the heavy hitter. So real quick, Zed, what's your thoughts on this daily op? You liked it? Do you think it's going to be more difficult for a single individual to take on by themselves? Because I know that a lot of times there's people in our Discord channel that will run all 5 of their characters through a daily ops, and sometimes have to do it on their own. Now, what about you? What's your thoughts? Because you both run all your characters through daily ops. Let's exit out and see what we got. So the last time we didn't get Elder Death Lord. Let's see if we can get it this time. What I meant to say is see if we can get the reward this time. Asylum Lot, which I've already got. So cool. Agreed, and I'm curious how they'll do that night because, they've got all their other daily ops that they do now. Are they going to separate this particular ops with the other daily ops that we got, or is it just going to be like on Tuesday? This is the daily ops, and if you're going to complete the daily ops today, you got to do this one, because that's going to be really frustrating, especially for those solo players that don't like to be on teams. And I used to be one of those guys too. Now I really enjoy being on them, but now still there's a lot of people that don't like to play on a team, that can handle pretty much all the daily ops on their own. Me neither, Deathlord. And it really hasn't been since last year since you've played. We really got to get you back in here, man. I think we've covered a lot. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up the stream. If there's not anything else out there that anybody wants to see, like I said, I'm your hand. If there's something new that's part of the public test server, I'll be happy to show it to you. We can really get granular with it if you want to, or we can also look at it at a high level view. We've covered a lot in this stream, and like I said, we're going to end this stream, give it a 15-minute break, and then we're going to pick up this stream and move on to Twitch. So if you're not following me on Twitch, which I don't have many followers on Twitch as it is, but if you do want to watch that stream on Twitch with me, you'll find that on NVD Online is my username over there. That's Naked Vault Dweller Online, but except it's just NVD Online. And I'd sure love to have you over there. Just give it a couple more moments. If nobody's got anything, I'm going to wrap it up and head on out. Really? That's something that they'll probably want to know in the Bethesda forums, if they don't already know. Great. Okay, folks, I think I'm going to go ahead and pack it up. Listen, if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please take a moment and hit the subscribe on the down there, wherever it is. I really do appreciate you being here today, and I appreciate you listening to me ramble on about this new stuff for Fallout 76. If you're not part of our Discord channel, hey, on the YouTube channel at the top, you'll find a link there to our Discord channel where we all hangout. Zed, Night Hunter. Occasionally you'll see Death Lord there, and various other people. Branch. Anyway, just a lot of good folks. That's pretty much it. Thanks for being here, and look forward to running our next Naked Bethy show, which will probably be Sunday. So for those who are here that like the Naked Bethy show, which is basically me and my wife playing. She's never played any game prior to Fallout 76, and she's just now level 30. She's having some difficulty moving around. It's rather fun. She's kind of abusive, but that's all I really got to say. So if you can make that stream, we do that generally around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays, but it looks like it's going to be Sunday this weekend. We've got something already prearranged. But that's it. Thanks a lot. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Appreciate you guys watching the stream. Take care.